Yeah. What would you say you are?
I think I'm super introverted. Like, which I think I get the same thing though. Like, obviously blast my face all over like Instagram and like I talk a lot. But it's very specifically in a business setting. Like, I'll go to networking events and like try and talk to everyone in the room.
Like, I can't do that.
Yeah, and I don't know why I can't.
Guys, this is it. We're starting the vlog, the behind the scenes to MoneyMakers. I'm gonna start documenting some of the behind the scenes stuff, prepping, talking to people, sourcing people, the behind closed door conversations, all that kind of stuff. And then I'm gonna be posting those alongside the actual episodes themselves. So, starting right now, I'm driving from Toronto to Hamilton, Ontario to talk to Liz Enriquez, the first guest on MoneyMakers episode 001. Should be pretty good, really pumped. I think our partner's gonna help film it. This is gonna be awesome.
If you want to learn more, I'll keep sharing.
Yeah, I'm like, I literally read information, digest it, simplify it, and share it. Like, I am not creating anything new. Everything is out there, but if you want to learn like from a professional, you know, here are the different kinds of professionals available.
Alright, that's a wrap. Episode 1 completed. Now for a lot of coffee and video editing. So we wrapped up and I'm driving back to Toronto right now. I got some other stuff I gotta take care of today. But episode 1 is in the bag. It's so important, I feel, to just get stuff done. Like, you gotta just get stuff done. Crank it out. Didn't really plan for this interview. I think Liz and I talked about it over Instagram maybe once, a couple sentences here and there, back and forth. Didn't even message her again until we set up like a rough date for today, but I didn't really even message her until yesterday. I've been meaning to, but I just haven't. And so we just kind of threw it together. We found a place to film it. We found some people to help out. Thank you guys so much for helping out. That was amazing. Having videographers really makes a difference, especially when you're filming an interview to get the different angles, like the head on, but then also like the cross shots right at people's faces. Super important, keep it interesting. I'm also not entirely sure what I'm gonna do with all this footage, but I think it's so important to actually show people the process of doing something and not just the final product. Too often we kind of just see stuff in its final form and it's really clean, it's really polished, and no one actually saw all the work that went into it. And I don't know, to me, I love that behind the scenes stuff. Like, it makes it more real for me. In this process of building this web series, MoneyMakers, podcast series called MoneyMakers, I'm gonna show you guys the kind of behind the scenes, all the stuff that goes into it. I've never built a podcast before. I've never been on YouTube before. I've posted a lot of videos on Instagram and I feel like I have a good handle on what works and what, but I have no idea about YouTube and I have no idea about podcasts and all that. I do agree that podcasting is probably the future. Audio is so passive consumption, like you can, every single time I clean the house, earpods in, listen to a podcast, listen to an audiobook. I'm never just cleaning the house, I'm like multitasking all the time. Commuting to work, audiobooks. Commuting home from work, podcasts. Like, it's such a form of passive consumption that you just have to, I feel like I need to be on that to get my content out there. That's my marketing approach, that's my strategy. Be everywhere all the time. This is the next step, is to create this new series and shift the focus away from just me. So it's not gonna be all about me, it's not about my lessons that I'm trying to teach people. It's more about other people and their stories. Today, I just talked to the first guest. We talked about her story. We talked about how she bought a house when she was really young. We talked about how she managed to quit her job before she was 30. We talked about side hustles, all that kind of stuff. I want to bring you guys a broader perspective on what other people are doing to show you that it's not just me, it's not just extremely successful people that have built apps and big companies that have become financially independent. It's people our age. It's not the big time investors that make it. It's you know, there's people everywhere. The purpose of this series is for young professionals, entrepreneurs, like, to quit their job and they go off and they build something on their own. It's for the side hustlers like them, like myself, like people that have a job but are also investing their money elsewhere and trying to build a business on the side. And it's about those people and how they're pursuing their dreams. It's more about going after everything you want, realizing that no one is standing in your way. It's all about your mindset. If you have an idea and you want to do something, you can do it if you put in all the work you need. So I'm going to bring you guys those stories. I'm going to bring you the stories of people that are actually putting in that work and how they're doing. If that's interesting to you, stay tuned. I'm going to be vlogging these kind of videos in the background on top of the actual episodes themselves, so you guys can kind of see, the amount of work that goes into making something like this, as well as all the mistakes that I make in the process, because I don't know what I'm doing. I've never created this stuff before, but I think it'd be kind of cool even for myself to look back at videos like this and being like, hey, this is episode 1. Started this in October 2018. Didn't know what I was doing fully, had an idea, and I figured it out along the way. So hopefully you can relate to that. Hopefully one of these episodes brings you guys a lot of value. I really look forward to hearing back from you. Tell me what you think. Leave it in the comments. I want to know what you guys want to see, and I especially want to know if there's somebody out there who's killing it right now that you guys want to see on the show. Let me know their name in the comments, tag them, send them to me, send me an email, DM me on Instagram. I'm going to reach out to them and I'm going to set up an interview with them. Stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoy.